We're talking big books, big deals, and big business. All that and more. So stay tuned. And what's up, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am the host, C3. Before we get started, I have to take the time to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and checking out the channel. I really couldn't do this without you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you to all our wonderful new subscribers that have picked up the channel. Thank you very much. Listen, money is changing hands, people, and I thought the comic book community should know about it. So you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right on in. I got a bunch of big books I want to show you. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of what's shaking and moving on the secondary market and how this money is literally changing hands before our very eyes. Trust me when I tell you, people, a lot of individuals would have you think that the comic industry is dying off. But truthfully, it is more alive than it has ever been. Bronze and Silver Age comics continue to be a must-have for the serious collector. And check this out. Even some modern comics are now becoming a must-have. There are modern comics out there that serious collectors are looking at because many of them feel that their collections are somewhat incomplete without these high-grade, top-quality comic books in their collection. And that's why this top 10 list is so important, because I know each and every one of you are serious about your collections. So I just want to make sure that we're sharing this information and that everybody's all on the same page. Some of these books I can't even afford myself, but how dare me count your pockets, right? So that's why I'm bringing you this list, because I'm going to keep it 100 with the family. I want to make sure the community is getting what the community deserves, and that's good, accurate information. So with that being said, my comic book community, let's get down to business. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you some books that I picked up for New Comic Book Day. Because, you know, I'm a comic book junkie, too. They just be calling me, man. Let's do it. So, everybody, starting off at number 10. Excuse me, 1 second. Yes. So, starting off at number 10 is written by Kevin Grevioux and Matt Broom, and it's based on the concept of what if Superman were black, and it is the first appearance of the Blue Marvel. I'm talking about Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel, issue number 1. Now, this is a book that everybody and their mama is trying to get their hands on right now. This has such a low print run. It was controversial when it was released. It was released back in November 2008. The key factor, it is the first appearance of the Blue Marvel, a.k.a. Adam Marvel. Last recorded sale in the 9.8 was back in January the 5th, 2022. And it sold for $2,299, right? The average graded sale for 9.6 was $927. And the average sale for a raw copy is $480. Now listen, the current trend on this book is up. It's up 0.08%. Now that is slow movement, but it is still yet movement. Ladies and gentlemen, that's movement. And people are looking to get their hands on this book because a lot of people that have this book are not willing to sell it. And that's what makes this book so heavily sought after, right? So, and the highest recorded sale was back in March of 2021, where a 9.8 went for $2,550. That's actually not bad, you know, but the problem is again, people don't want to sell this book. This book it had a little bit of controversial behind it. The reason I put this book on the list is because members of the comic book community requested it. So I thought this would be a great book for us to start off talking about when we talk about big books, big deals, big money, big business, right? And because when a person has a book that they don't want to get rid of, that means that that's going to be a heavily sought after book in the future. It's about a powerful black superhero that was forced into retirement at the age of 60 because of his race. It has a few first appearances in there. It's the first appearance of Anti-Man. The print run on this book was about 17,000. And not only is the Blue Marvel issue #1 a valuable book, but so is issues number 2 through 5, because their print run was even lower than issue #1. So to have this series in your collection is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. And you consider this to be one of the most important black superheroes to ever hit comic book panels. So that's what makes this book big business. People are looking to get their hands on this book. And this is why it is on the list at number 10. Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel, issue #1. All right? Coming in at number 9. The next book we want to talk about is Cerebus, the Aardvark, issue #1. Cerebus, the Aardvark, issue #1. Bronze Age book from Canada. It was released on December 1st, 1977. It is a key factor. It is the first appearance of Cerebus, the Aardvark. Last recorded sale for 7.5 was back in December 2021. It sold for $7,200, ladies and gentlemen. The average graded sale in an 8.5 is $3,000. The average sale for a raw copy in this book is $1,886. $1,886. This book is currently trending up at 0.62%. So we're seeing a little steady gain in this book, to where this is a well sought after book also. Cerebus came out back in 1977 of December, right? And I haven't seen this book personally. I would love to have this book in hand. So I felt like this was a book that I could show to the community, and maybe you guys might want to get your hands on a copy. But check these numbers out. The highest recorded sale was back in March 2014. And I know that was a while ago, but remember what I said. When you find a book like this, people are not selling this book. People are keeping these books, right? And it's hard to find, especially in a high grade. So a 9.4 went for $9,000 back in March 2014. Raw copies of this book, there were 16 copies of this book sold raw, and there were 52 graded copies sold, for a total of 68 copies that were sold. And fair market value has this book resting at $3,000. And Cerebus, the Aardvark, issue #1 is big business, ladies and gentlemen. So keep your eye out for that book. All right, coming in at number 9. Let's talk Werewolf by Night, issue #32. Another Bronze Age key. Ever since that Moon Knight trailer dropped, I've been real curious as to what this book is doing on the secondary market. And I can tell you right now, the closer we get to this movie debuting, we could expect more movement and more gains in this book. It's published by Marvel. It was released August 1st, 1975. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Moon Knight. All right. Last recorded sale in a graded 9.0 copy was sold back in January 17th of 2022. It went for a cool $5,400. Yeah. Yeah. The average graded sale for a book of this magnitude in an 8.5 was $5,185. Average sale for a raw copy, $1,171. Now listen, this book is currently trending down right now at 0.03%. But remember what I always tell you guys, when a book is down like this is a perfect opportunity to buy. This is a buying opportunity. Right now, I consider the comic book market to be a buyer's market right now, because the sellers and the owners of these books, they're putting them up on eBay. They're putting them up on these different auctioneer sites. The comic book community, the sellers are looking to get rid of these books, and it's a buying opportunity. The highest recorded sale was back in March 2020, when a 9.8 went for a whopping $31,200. Whew. Yes, 31 grand, ladies and gentlemen. $31,200 for 9.8. There are 659 raw copies sold and 1,024 graded copies sold for a grand total of 1,683 copies that have been sold of this book. And the fair market value has this book resting at $5,185 for a beautiful Bronze Age key. Werewolf by Night, issue number 32, first appearance of Moon Knight. If you haven't seen that trailer, check the trailer out. Oh, man, and I know you guys heard the bad news. I was hoping it wasn't true. I'm still hoping it's not true. I'm hoping this is just a sick joke. But if that is true, man, my condolences to his family. And, man, untimely, unexpected. Unexpected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 9. We have to talk about, not number 9. Coming in at number 7, we have to talk about Giant Size X-Men, issue number 1. An excellent Bronze Age key. It was published by Marvel. The release date was February 25th, 1975. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm, and Thunderbird. The last recorded sale for 3.5, ladies and gentlemen, was back in January 17th, 2022. It went for $2,750 for 3.5. The average graded sale for 8.5 in this book was $6,780. Average sale for raw copies, $2,403. Again, this book is trending down. And I know a lot of people who love the X-Men, and this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to get your hands on this book, The Giant Size X-Men. For a while, it was trending up. So it just started slowing down. And remember, I always tell you guys, I always wait for a book to kind of like take a little dip or something and I could possibly get my hands on it, right? And then I know that I'm not the only person that feels like that. So if you've been watching this book, now might be the opportune time. Now might be the perfect time to strike. All right, strike while the iron is hot. Or in comic book community talk, strike while the iron is cold. Yes, absolutely. Strike while the iron is cold. Because the last recorded sale for this book, the highest recorded sale for this book was back in June 2021, where 9.8 sold for $72,000. $72,000. My wallet hurt just saying that. My wallet aches just saying that, man. $72,000. There was 895 raw copies sold, and then there was 1,477 graded copies sold, for a total of 2,372 copies that have been sold in the Giant Size X-Men issue number 1. Fair market value has this book resting at $6,780 for a beautiful Bronze Age key. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. All right, moving right along. Coming in at number 6. At number 6, we have to talk about The Incredible Hulk, issue number 181. Yes. Yes, I know the argument. 180, 181, first appearance, first cameo. Oh, I get it. Trust me, I know. But the market has Hulk issue number 181 as the Bronze Age key, right? It's the first full appearance of Wolverine. It was published in July 30th, 1974 by Marvel. Last recorded sale for this book in a graded 9.4 was back in January 16th, 2022. It just seems like yesterday, right? And it sold for $22,800, my friends. $22,800 for a 9.4. The average graded sale in an 8.0 for this book is $7,180. So the average sale in the 8.0 in this book is $7,180. The average sale for a raw copy will cost you about $4,476 on average. It's currently trending down also. Again, strike while the iron's cold. Strike while the iron's cold. Get it while the prices are down. It's trending down. You can get in there, grab you a nice copy, and not spend as much as you would if everybody was purchasing this book. If there was more and more going on around it, where it was, every now and again, even though this book doesn't need much hype, it doesn't need any speculation, it doesn't need anything, it's always going to grow in value. But every now and again, you'll find a little period where the book will level out, and it may even take a little dip. That's when you got to get in there and strike, and that's the best time to make your purchase. All right? The highest recorded sell for this book was back in August of 2021, when a 9.8 graded CGC sold for $86,000. Woo! Excuse me. $86,000. I'll drink to that. $86,000, ladies and gentlemen, for a 9.8. There's 1,044 copies that were sold in a raw, and then there was 1,785 graded copies that were sold for a grand total of 2,829 copies. Whew. Yeah, baby. That's a lot of Skrilla. Yes, The Incredible Hulk, issue number 181, a Bronze Age key that is definitely doing big business right now. Yes, money is changing hands. People are not playing. They are trying to get these books in their collection. As a matter of fact, they're not trying, they're doing it, because these numbers don't lie. These books are definitely changing hands. All right? So, with that being said, we're halfway done, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to take a little commercial break just to salute the comic book community. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for hitting that like button, and just letting me know that you enjoy the content. I really appreciate all the conversation that we be having in the comment section as well. And every now and again, I get somebody in there that says, hey, that wasn't right. That was wrong. Fix it. And I really appreciate that because, yeah, I am not the smartest person in the classroom. But when I get the information, I don't mind sharing it. All right? So I appreciate each and every one of you, man. Let's get back to it. Sliding in at number 5. Let's talk about The House of Secrets, issue number 92. Bronze Age key, and is the first appearance of Swamp Thing. Yes, I know this is a fan favorite, right? It's the first appearance of Swamp Thing. It's a DC book. It was published back in June 1st, 1971. Last recorded sale for this in a 3.5 was $1,099 back in January 1st, 2022. Again, seems like yesterday. So these books have recently been moving. The market is definitely moving. So don't sleep. Keep your eye on the market, ladies and gentlemen, because big things are going on. Big business is happening right under our noses. All right. The average graded sale for a 7.0 for this book was $2,160. The average sale for a raw copy was $1,213. It's currently trending up right now at 0.12%, which is not bad at all. Those are decent gains for this book. The highest recorded sale was back in September of 2021, where a 9.8 sold for a smoldering $90,000. Big book, big deal, big business. $90,000. Comic book community. Yes. I'm about to pass out. $90,000. Man. I can't imagine what my wife would do to me if I spent 90 grand on a comic. You think I ain't got no hair right now? She'll have my whole head, man. Yo, but raw copies sold in this book. There was 245 raw copies that were sold. There was 420 graded copies that were sold for a grand total of 665 copies that were sold in this book. Fair market value has this book resting at $2,160. for those of you who want to try to get your hands on this book. Bronze Age Key. The House of Secrets, issue number 92, first appearance of Swamp Thing. That's dope. I remember the HBO movie back in the day, in the early 80s. I love that movie. That was dope. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4, we have to put this one on the list. This list would be incomplete if we didn't put this up there. And I'm talking about the Silver Age Key. Fantastic Four, issue number 48. It is the first appearance of Silver Surfer and Galactus. Yes. It's the book we all know and love. Published by Marvel. The release date was back in March 1st, 1966. Excuse me. I heard that was a good year. The last recorded sale for this book in a graded 6.5 was $4,083 back in January 2022. So all these books are moving, and that is just in this month alone. So I can imagine what type of sales and what type of games we're going to have 2 weeks and 3 weeks down the line, because these books are moving, ladies and gentlemen. Average graded sale for 4.5 in this book is $2,197. The average sale for a raw copy in this book, $2,250, which seems extremely accessible for me, right? That seems like, you know, I could probably afford that, you know, if I move a little around, if I move a little chips around here and there, I could probably grab something like that, right? So I feel good about that. Current trend for this book is down. It is down right now 0.18%, right? And again, perfect time to strike. Perfect time to strike. The highest recorded sale for this book was back in June 2021, where a 9.8 sold for a mean $108,000. $108,000. Did y'all hear me? $108,000. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm doing the wrong type of work. I think I'm doing the wrong type of work. Holy smokes. 108 grand. Wow. I wonder, can you live in a comic? No? Probably not. Probably be cold, right? I mean, for a little while. You can always burn it. Man, I could not imagine. But if I could, I would. I definitely would. Raw copies sold, 868 copies. 868 raw copies have been sold in this book. 1,264 graded copies have been sold. That gives us a total of 2,132 copies that have sold in this book. And fair market value has this book resting at $2,197 for a 4.5. Yes, for a 4.5, ladies and gentlemen. For a 4.5, you too can be the owner of Fantastic Four, issue number 48, for $2,197 in a 4.5. All right, next up, moving right along. Coming in at number 3. This is a golden age key. Some golden age goodness, ladies and gentlemen. And this just wouldn't be a good list if we didn't talk about Detective Comics, issue number 27, and the first appearance of the Batman. Yes, the Batman. The Batman, yes. It's a DC book. We all know. It was pushed out March 30th, 1939. Last recorded sale for a graded copy was back in June, where a 4.5 sold for $1,140,000. $1,140,000 in a 4.5. Big business. Big book, Big deal, big business, ladies and gentlemen. $1,140,000 for a 4.5. The average graded sale in a 6.5. Average graded sale in a 6.5 is $567,000. $567,625. $567,625. Average graded sale for a 6.5. The average sale for a raw copy in this book is $37,045. Current trend on this book is neither up nor down right now. It's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. But the highest recorded sale for this book was back in November 19th of 2020, where a 7.0 sold for $1.5 million. $1.5 million for a 7.5. There's been one raw copy that has sold in this book, and there has been 18 graded copies that have sold. So that's 19 copies. And the fair market value has this book resting at $567,625. My mouth hurt. My mouth hurt, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, baby. For Detective Comics, issue number 37, first appearance of the Batman. Big book, big deal, big business. And these books are changing hands. These books are changing hands. All right? We're down to number 2. We are down to number 2. And you know, we couldn't talk about Fantastic Four, we couldn't talk about Detective Comics without talking about Action Comics. Issue number 1, the first appearance of Superman, Lois Lane, and Zatara. Yes. Right? DC book. It was released on April 18th, 1938. Last recorded sale for a graded copy of a 6.0. Last recorded copy for a 6.0 was $3,180,000 back in January 13th of 2022. Last week, somebody just happened to have $3 million that they could buy a book with. I got a spare $3 million. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me grab it. I got a spare $3 million for a comic. Sure I do. Wow. The average graded sale for a 5.0, $815,000. The average sale for a raw copy in this book was $25,500. And this book is currently trending up right now. It's trending 2.33%, which is beautiful gains in this book. And you wouldn't think so, but this book is moving pretty steady. You know, at the price that they're asking, it's moving steady. The highest recorded sale was back in April of 2021. Highest recorded sale back in April of 2021 was for $3,250,000. Jesus, man. Wow. $3,250,000. And that was for 8.5. Yes, that wasn't even a 9.8. That's not even the 9.8. Holy smokes, man. That's mid-grade. That's $3 million for copy. It's all right. Wow. There's 9 raw copies that have been sold in this book and 25 graded copies for a total of 34 copies that have been sold. And fair market value has this book resting at $815,000. Action Comics, issue number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Golden Age goodness. First appearance of Superman, Lois, and Zatara. That's a lot of scribble, man. Holy smokes. Talk about cheddar, bro. That'll break the bank for sure. That'll break the bank. Yeah. I ain't mad, though. I don't even know if I'd touch that book. If I saw it, I don't know if I don't even want to touch it, man, because, man, I can't buy it. You break it, you buy it. I can't buy it. You crease it, bend it. I can't do it. Nah. I'll look at it, though. Looks nice. I'll stare at it, for sure. All right, ladies. All right, gentlemen. All right, comic book community. All right, family. This is the last book on the list. Take a guess. You got to know what it is. Do you know what it is? Of course you do. We're talking about coming in at number 1. Amazing Fantasy, issue number 15. Silver Age Goodness. First appearance of Spider-Man. Yes. I wish I could get my hands on this book. Talk about completing my Spider-Man collection. Man, this would be the cherry on top. Unfortunately, I don't think my cake will ever have a cherry on top. I don't think it'll ever get the cherry on top, man. But the numbers for this book are beautiful, and I wish the best to whoever can get their hands on this book who has gotten their hands on this book. This book is published by Marvel. The release date was in June 5th, 1962. The key factor to this is it is the first appearance of Spider-Man. The last recorded sale for a 4.0 graded copy of this book was $66,000. $66,000. All right? The average graded sale for a 3.0, in this book was $36,000. The average sale for a raw copy, $2,797. I wish. I'm hopeful. Income tax time come around, I might try to snatch something up. For sure. I might try to, listen, I might be in the doghouse for about 6 months to a year. At least I'll have my Amazing Fantasy fits. For real. Yes, the doghouse. Leave a comment in the comment section if you know what it's like to be in the doghouse. You know what it feels like, all right? This comic book is trending up. It's up 0.20%. The highest recorded sale was back in September of 2021, where 9.6 sold for, watch this, wait for it, $3,600,000. Oh my goodness. You know how many houses that is? That's a whole bunch of land right there, right? There's 62 raw copies that have been sold and 580 graded copies that have been sold for a total of 642 copies. Fair market value for this book and a raw copy is resting at $36,000. Comic book community, Amazing Fantasy is a big book that you have to do a big deal because it's big business. It's big business. Money is changing hands. The comic book industry is alive. It's more alive today than it's ever been. It's thriving. It's not finna crash. Big books, big business, big deals. Big deals, big business, big books. The comic book community is growing, man. It's growing. It's growing. It's moving. These books are changing hands. I'm happy because that gives me hope that I could possibly get my hands on maybe some lower grade copies of these books. What's lower than a 0? Is there a book? Is there a grade for anything less than a 0? Like garbage? Can I get a garbage? How much I gotta pay for garbage? Right? But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my top 10 rare comic books to add to your collection. That'll enhance your collection. Add that value to your collection. Yeah, because I know many of the serious collectors, many of you many of us, we are serious about our collections. And that's good information, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm happy to be a part of that. All right? So, thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out. Thank you for checking out the channel once again. And I didn't forget, I want to share with you what I picked up for New Comic Book Day. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run through these books real quick, and then I'm going to let you guys go. All right? So, I actually ran out of bags. So, I'm going to show you the ones that are unbagged first. All right? Excuse me. Let me just grab a little sip because, oh man, getting a little parched. All right, so the first book I'm going to show you guys is a Marvel book. And this is Star Wars, The High Republic, issue number 13. And I do apologize because I don't have bags for these right now. Not these. Some of them are bagged, but not all of them. All right. Next book coming from Marvel is Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 34. There's that cover. We also have this cover. Yes, all things Miles, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, all things Miles. Next up, I'll show you another Star Wars High Republic book, and this is issue number 13. I believe this is one of the variants. Yep. Oh, I hate holding these books when I don't have any bags and boards on them, but it's okay. The next book I want to show you, and this is Animal Castle, and this is issue number 2. Nice crispy white cover. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Can't wait to get back into this. This was a really good story. Very well written. Yeah. Definitely can't wait to get back into that. This was my reader's week, too. A lot of my copies, a lot of books that I got was mostly for reading, man. So I was super excited about this particular haul coming through. All right. Now, these are the books that I was able to have bag and boarded, and we're going to just dive right into that. So my first book, I grabbed DC Looney Tunes, issue number 264. I was able to get it. The Crusher. It's my guy. Bugs is like, Daffy, you won the belt. Daffy's like, I don't even wear pants. I don't need no belt. That's dope. Strictly for nostalgia, ladies and gentlemen. I grabbed it because it take me back to my childhood. Take me back to when I was a little tight. All right. Next up, coming from Marvel, beautiful, beautiful cover by Jim Bartel. I grabbed She-Hulk, issue number 1. The yellow and purple cover, man, and that is a beauty. Such a beauty. I read it, too. Real light and fluffy story. I mean, it's a definitely light and fluffy story. It's just about Jennifer just trying to establish herself in the work field. She gets into a little scuffle with Titania on some real humor type joint, man. It's just super funny. Just nothing crazy going in there. But then there's a nice little hook at the end for you. So definitely check it out, man. Definitely check it out. Light and fluffy. Love the cover. Love the cover. Definitely digging the cover. Jim Bartel, ladies and gentlemen. A must-have for my collection. I'm going to set them over there. All right. Next up, I grabbed The Incredible Hulk, issue number 1, homage cover. But this is issue number 3 of our Hulk. Read this too. Hulk being piloted around and just, it's just wild. It's wild. It's a good read, though. They're doing good with it. Can't be mad at them. Yep. David Nakayama cover, too. Definitely a good book. Definitely good to have in your collection. All right. And I just got the alert that my battery was running low, so let me hurry up. All right. The next book I want to show you guys, Black Panther, issue number 1. And I'm just going to keep running through them. So before my phone cut off. All right. Miss Marvel, issue number 2, Beyond the Limit. Yay. The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 85. Issue number 86. I can hear the music playing in my head, like I'm racing against the clock. One of my favorite books, Strange Academy, issue number 15, the character variant. Happy I was able to land issue number 15. First cover appearance of Gas Lamp. And I got a couple copies of that. Couple copies, Gas Lamp. First cover appearance, Gas Lamp. My LCS gave those to me at cover price. Super happy about that. Cover price, ladies and gentlemen. Pull list. Go to your LCS, get a pull list. Next up, Silver Surfer Rebirth, issue number 1. Peach Momoko cover. Nice. Yes. Next up, Venom, issue number 4. Got the Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage cover. And again, I was able to get a couple copies of that. I would pop them open and show you what's on the inside. You got that second cameo appearance, I guess it is. Second cameo appearance of Bedlam. It could be a first appearance. Is it a first full appearance? You guys tell me. Leave a comment in the comment section. Is it a second cameo or is it a first appearance? Man, they need to stop it. They try and sell books. That's all it is. They try and sell books. And the last book I want to show you, I was happy that I was able to get my hands on it. And I am talking about Venom, issue number 4, 1 in 25, John Boy Myers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I got it, baby. John Boy Myers. I got it. And guess what? My LCS gave me this for $3.99. I kid you not. Man, I love my LCS because my LCS loves me. Yes, $3.99 for the 1 in 25. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the list. I hope you enjoyed the comics that I picked up for New Comic Book Day. If you saw something you like, leave a comment in the comment section. If you think I missed something that I might like, you know, like a good read or a beautiful cover, please leave a comment in the comment section. You guys know the routine. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So every time I do a video, you guys will get that notification. All right? I'm around like a circle. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I always say? Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love. Because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always keep it comics. Peace. We'll see you next time.